All right, Chris Hall here. Jacob Hardie and Miles Thornton join us. And, of course, these guys play for the University of Georgia. Jacob, running back, redshirt freshman from Maryland. And he's come down south, enjoying Southern hospitality. Miles Thornton, of course, from Tyrone, Georgia. Good to have you guys with us on our program. You're fresh from practice now, and we're getting ready for our first SEC matchup. Okay. We've taken care of business, and by the way, when your football team wins, it's we. When your football team loses, it's they. Why didn't they do better? So I'm claiming as part of the team, we've done well so far. We've got a big victory over UT Martin and then over Ball State. Now we get into the tall weeds with South Carolina, the Gamecocks coming to Sanford Stadium this coming Saturday. So, Jacob, let's start with you. What's the mindset of the team after two games, getting started? Tell me about the team. Are we ready to roll? Are we SEC ready for this coming Saturday?
We definitely are. I mean, as of last year, we are the SEC. That championship definitely proved that. Coach Kirby, Coach McGee, specifically for me, all the other position coaches, GAs, they get us prepared better than anybody in the country. So, I mean, we're ready to go into the game. South Carolina definitely has a good team. They're moving fast on offense, looking good. But, we do our part. We're going to handle business.
And, the last loss that Georgia suffered in Sanford Stadium was to South Carolina. And, we all kind of remember that. But now UGA have obviously on a winning streak, and especially the longest home winning streak in the country in college football. So, Miles, what about that? Do you guys talk about stuff like that, or is it just the next game up and let's go for it? I mean, is when a team comes into Sanford Stadium, tell me how much part of protecting our turf and protecting our house does that play into your guys' psyche as you get ready for a game like this?
Oh man, that's big. I mean, that's the main focus of everything. You know what I mean? When somebody is coming into your home, like you said, the whole focus is to protect your home. Everything we do throughout the week is all preparation going towards the game, trying to get the best looks on scout team, things like that, and just working as hard as possible to be prepared for anything that they throw at you. You know what I mean? So everything that we're doing this week, all the preparation that we've done is to protect our turf for sure. So I think that's the main focus. We don't really get too consumed with longest win streak or anything like that. Like that's all the confetti. That's all the accolades that come with the hard work that we put in week to week. Because every week, I mean, we feel like it's 0-0. Our record is 0-0. We're focused on this one game, so it's about winning that game.
Now, UGA number one in the nation again this week had some shakeups. Alabama went down to Texas, and you have had some other teams go down unexpectedly. Do you guys talk about being the number one team in the country? I mean, I'm asking these questions, and maybe they're not very bright questions, but it's kind of like, the guys in the stands, the guys and the gals in the stands kind of wonder about these things, when the team is together, when you're practicing in the clubhouse, when you're hanging out together. Do you ever, you guys, Jacob, ever sit around and look at each other and say, hey, we're the number one team in the country. Do you guys ever talk about stuff because we do, but do you guys talk about that?
No. No, we don't. Coach Kirby definitely has instilled this mindset in us that rankings don't matter until the end of the season. Preseason All-American, preseason number one, AP polls, all that stuff. At the end of the day, I think it was January 15th, whoever's holding that trophy is the number one team. So all the rankings leading up until then don't matter. All that matters is when we go on the field on Saturday, we put up our best game and we go out and win. Rankings kind of, they handle themselves. You can't control ranking. I'm a little salty about it. We were undefeated last year and they put Tennessee over us. So, you can't control rankings. So, you just go out there and control what you can control, just like we do every day.
Yeah, I was blessed to be there at the Tennessee game, and needless to say, you guys took care of business against Tennessee when they came in as the number one team in the country. Really, seriously, none of us in Georgia football territory could believe that. So, Miles, South Carolina's coming in, SEC East rival. They're going to be really ready to roll to try to make a name for themselves. They lost to North Carolina in that first game of the season, bounced back last week. Pretty good football team, just from an observation point, it doesn't stack up with the roster of UGA. But hey, they're going to come in there. They're going to come in there gunning. So here's what I want you to communicate to Coach Smart. I want us to be up like 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, so that all of us could relax. Can you tell Coach Smart that? Can you communicate that that's the game plan? Because all of us guys, all of us fans are nervous wrecks. When Georgia's toe to toe with these kind of guys. But seriously, South Carolina, pretty good football team, and any kind of, you can't give away secrets. I know that, but are we going to see maybe something different on the field than we've seen the first 2 games? Maybe, sort of, kind of.
Like you said, I can't really give away no secrets or anything like that. But to really answer your question, there really is no secret. It's all about just the preparation. You know what I mean? It's about the looks that the scout team gives. It's about how hard we go in practice. You know what I mean? That's how we stay prepared for each opponent that we face. That's really the big key to everything. It's just how you prepare throughout the week. So I wish there was some big secret that, we was keeping under wraps. So that would make life so much more interesting. But
there's nothing in the Kool-Aid.
There's nothing in the Kool-Aid, man. It's just going out there, putting in the work throughout the week, and then just preparing for the game on Saturday. So I hate for that to be the bland, simple answer.
Yeah, it's brass knuckles. To be honest with you, it's brass knuckles football, isn't it? I mean, it's toe to toe, man to man, down in the trenches, and
you compete all week. You know what I mean? So then on Saturday, when you get to the actual competition, it's easy.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we record this program on a Tuesday. You guys are fresh from practice. What during a typical week? What is the most difficult day of practice for you guys when the coaches really get at it and get you going? Is it a terrible Tuesday? Is it what's the hardest day of the week for in practice for you guys?
Today is actually called Bloody Tuesday.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, hardest hitting all day, full pads from the get, not even from start of practice, from the pre-practice walkthrough. It's we come in with a different mindset. Music's playing in meetings. It's already you're trained to go. You know what kind of day it is.
Yeah.
So trained to go. So Tuesday, you better buckle your chin strap and get ready to go. Make sure.
None of you guys have blood tonight, right? We're good. Yeah, I know you have bruises. I know you'll have bruises, but absolutely, no blood. Miles, so here we are in this season. It's just kind of surreal to us, Georgia fans. Back-to-back national champions, and as you guys say, hey, that was the past. This team has proved nothing, but winning 2 games so far. So good. I know you want to play, Miles. I know you want to play. If you're on a football team, you want to play. So tell me, what is it? Is it showing up every day, going through the reps every day, giving your best each and every day, and knowing that one of these days you're going to get the opportunity? Tell me your mindset as you go from day to day on this football team. You want to play. Everybody wants to play, and I want to see you play. So what is your mindset from day to day, week to week on this team? Is it the grind? Is it I'm going to give it my best, and one of these days that door is going to open?
Yeah. So this is a question I get a lot, actually, from especially people that know me. You know what I mean? They everybody wants the best for you. They want you to achieve your dreams. You know what I mean? And achieve your goals and whatnot. The one thing that is hard for a lot of people to understand is like your dreams don't come true. They don't just happen. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen overnight. So yes, it's definitely a grind. It's a struggle every day. You know, you may believe one thing about yourself. You know, like, oh, I think I deserve. I should be getting this or what or whatnot. But truth of the matter is, like, you might just not be ready for the moment. And if you can't look yourself in the face and be honest with yourself, then you'll never achieve what you're trying to achieve. And so I think my mindset now is kind of like embracing where I am right now and realizing where I want to be, setting goals and things for myself to put my dream in a actually achievable space. You know what I mean? So I'm taking the reps that I get. I'm making the most of them, trying to learn as much as I can so that when the moment for me to play, when it's time for me to play, I'm ready for that moment. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's not too much to it. It's just, of course I want to play. He wants to play. We both want to play.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
We want to be putting in, the bloody Tuesdays and all these weeks of practice and doing all these drills and reps. If we didn't want to play, it's just, you know what I mean? You gotta know what situation you're in. You gotta know where you want to get to. You gotta know what steps you have to take in between. Right? And once you know all of that, you can be honest and truthful with yourself. Right. Then you know what I mean. You just gotta put the work in, and that's the stage that I think me and Jacob are both at right now. Is just it's time to put the work in. Not too much talking about it. It's not too much. Oh, I hope in 3 years. I hope in 2 years. You know what I mean. We're focused on today. Focused on getting better today and being ready when that moment comes for both of us.
Well, I believe that moment's going to come for both of you guys, and you're top quality character guys. And, I really appreciate you both. Jacob, I watched you recently on a podcast. Man, you're good. So here's what I envision. If you don't make it in pro football, you got maybe a future in media. I mean, you were natural, you were flowing. You were telling a good story. So if you don't make it to the NFL, are we looking at a future in media maybe for you? I mean, you're really good.
It's actually funny you say that. I'm trying to get me a show. Now I'm joking when I say that, but no, that's more to my dad and my mom. I mean, they raised me. My dad, he works in the government. My mom, she's one of the smartest people I know. So they were very big on, learning how to speak, articulate myself and all that stuff. So I'm joking a little bit, but, I've never been afraid to, public speak. And that stuff just kind of comes with being able to adapt. Like if you're watching the interview, you saw I moved around a lot when I was little. So I had to learn to meet new people and talk to new people. You can't meet new people if you live in a shell. So I've never been uncomfortable, talking and speaking my mind. Sometimes I might speak my mind too much, but
all
the time, subjectively. But it just kind of flows. But I'm definitely interested in having a show, being in media. I definitely like that stuff. I love being in and around sports. So a job like what you do or the thing I was on before, I like those type of things. I really embrace those type of opportunities and always happy to do them.
He actually asked me to do a podcast with me. I was a little hesitant, I mean, I was asking, hey, really got that all figured out. So
that's a lie.
We'll figure it out.
One thing about me, you never got to guess. If I'm going to do my show, it's going to be my show. I'm not going to ask like Jimmy Kimmel or Jacob Hardie.
I got you. You guys together. I mean, seriously, I got a little eye for talent. I think we could have the Jacob and Miles or the Miles and Jacob podcast.
He's definitely Miles and Jacob.
If you think about it, Kobe always needed Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
And I think, if they're triple teaming me, I might have to pass it.
I got you.
For him to pass it right back.
Yeah, I got well, you guys are such great friends, and the way you interact is just it's very enjoyable. And I'm serious, in the world of media these days, there's like 9 million podcasts, and right. There's all kinds of programs. I think the thing that really appeals to people is something they enjoy listening to, and I love having you guys on because you're very articulate, and you're in football and you're in that world, and you do a great job. And I'm very impressed with how you communicate. Jacob, you mentioned you grew up in a military home. Your dad, I guess, is still in the government. And now you were in the DC area, right? The DC, Maryland area. And then you came south for you to UGA, right?
Yes, sir. I was born in Georgetown, DC. Stayed there for a very short period. Moved to Virginia. Stayed there for a long period. Moved back to DC, Maryland, this area. But yeah, no, I was born in DC. Love home. But yeah, I decided to come south.
There you go. Well, what percentage are you Southern now? What percentage are you Southern?
Actually, because my dad always says you can never answer something like that. Miles, what percentage Southern do you think?
I would say like he holding on to that DC. He holding on tight.
Okay.
But I'd say like maybe he's like 25% Southern now.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I love my city.
I got you. Well, Jacob, have you tried grits yet?
No.
You haven't tried grits yet.
But here's the thing, actually. So it's not necessarily the Southern thing, because my family actually has some Southern roots. My dad's Jamaican, my mom's Bahamian. But once they immigrated, my dad went to Miami, and my mom, her family had my grandma stays in Vidalia, Georgia. So I know country.
And you ain't never had grits?
I'm picky. I haven't had grits by choice. I haven't had grits. I'm a very picky person. I eat the same thing every day.
Here's your assignment. Until we meet again, here's your assignment. You need to go to Waffle House. Tell them you want some grits. Lather it up with butter and cheese.
Yep.
And get you a biscuit, a good old Southern biscuit. And listen, that'll make a puppy pull a freight train. I'm telling you that's eating there, son. And you'll put on some pounds.
You need to put on some pounds.
Yeah.
Now, Miles, you're from Georgia, so I know you've consumed grits. You're good to go, right?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I can eat grits every time I go home.
I understand. Well, listen, guys, I know it's been a long day for you, and I appreciate you coming on the program. Give me, I don't know, can you give me a score, maybe a projected score for the game on Saturday? Or you don't want to do that, maybe? Let me give you mine. Here's my score. Georgia's going to win that game. I think we're going to have a breakout game on the offense. I think it's going to be 35-10. How does that sound? Does that sound good? 35-10.
That sounds like a good prediction from you. I'll just say I got to go back to the big man tomorrow. So
I understand.
I won't.
Just tell him that's my prediction. Okay.
That is his prediction.
I predict we're going to play our version of football.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And the stadium's going to be jam-packed. And, one other thing that guys like me and that we sit in the stands, we watch it on television. Guys like me who've never had the experience of running on a field with 94,000 crazy fans. What is that like? I mean, here comes, and by the way, what is it with all these people around the country dissing Georgia fans, saying, Georgia's not that intimidating a place, and that Tennessee pulled that stuff, and South Carolina had a little nippet of that. Listen, we have the best fan base around. Don't you guys agree?
Oh, that's facts. There ain't no question about that. You know how it gets. You know what I mean?
I know.
You gotta find something.
When you win and people want to knock you, so they can't knock what we're doing on the field, so they got to knock
fans. Yeah, they got to knock the fans. Our fans are amazing.
We got the best fans in the country.
Best fans.
I agree 100%. So we're going to be working on the Jacob Miles podcast, or the Miles and Jacob podcast, one or the other. We'll flip a coin. We'll be working on that. And we'll have you guys on the air soon. You guys would do great. I really think you would. I really think.
I appreciate that.
Well, listen, thank you for joining us on our program. And go Dogs, and let's go get them, and let's make it 3-0 for 2023. I know you're ready, and let's do it. Okay.
So go Dogs.